Hi, my name is Cameron Carlson with AnimeOnLocation.tv. I'm here at Matsuricon 2018 with my very good friend, Miss Erika Harlacher. How you doing?
Good. Oh, I'm good. Thank you. Thanks for having me again.
And again, another hair change. It's wonderful.
Yeah. Now I'm like blonde and pink. I don't know. I'm going through like a color changing phase, and it like changes every time I wash it. So it was really bright, and now it's like I like it like this though. So I'm like, yeah, good.
All right, and then again, it's been a year since the last time I got to talk to you. It was at Matsuricon last year. How have you been within the last year?
I've been great. Really busy, which is good. Lots of fun stuff, and yeah, I don't know, tired but busy and good. Yes.
Especially this weekend. Now, again, you've joined the Fate family in Fate Epoque, being ruler / Joan of Arc. How is it like being part of it? And then also knowing you were playing a very historical figure and a very powerful historical figure on top of that in French folklore.
That was so cool. I mean, you know, I learned about Joan of Arc in school, and she's awesome, and so it was really, really cool to get to play her. And it was so exciting to be a part of the Fate series because obviously that's a very big series, and like I've known about it for a long time. And you know, she's like the lead of that series, which is really extra cool. I think she's the best. But yeah, I love her. She's so like nice and but also strong, which is cool. Yeah, I really liked playing her.
And again, you get to have Tony be your director.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. So you were in the teen romance Toradora. How is it like being a supporting character on the outside and then seeing the love romance bloom over the course of trying to have two people that should be together but don't want to be together till they figure it out at the very end?
Well, I think Ryuji should have picked me, Ami, in Toradora. And the voice actor for Ryuji and I have talked about this, and he's like, me too, but don't tell anyone. But I just told everyone, so but yeah. I know that one too. Yeah. I mean, I love that show. That's a great show. I feel like that's one that you can and people do watch over and over again. I know there's like a Reddit where they watch it every single year around Christmas. And yeah, it's so good. It's a really nice slice of life romance, and I feel like it's kind of more real than some other slice of life romance shows, which is really nice because like my character and Minori, like we don't really get a happy ending, which is like that's life sometimes. So, and I mean even the main two don't really get that happy of an ending. Very, like, at the end, yeah. Exactly, and then she like goes to another school, and I'm like, oh, sorry, spoilers for Toradora, which is really, really old, so too late. But yeah, you should watch it anyway. But yeah, I love Ami, and I love that show. Yeah.
I have a friend who was here this weekend who can do Taiga perfectly. She's short, she's small, she has a wig, she actually has a full outfit and everything. I'll show you a picture later. Now you're also the main character of Violet Evergarden, a very deep and mature show. How's it like to bring her to life, knowing that you are also again the main character, Violet, and it's really, really like a very mature, darker look at reality and life?
I love Violet Evergarden, both the character and the show. It's just such a good. I don't know. It's episodic, so she's kind of with somebody different every episode. There's like one little thread through like all of them with like Violet's story, but it's so cool and it's kind of different than other shows I've seen, at least lately. And it's the exact type of show that I would have liked regardless of like if I was involved with it at all. So then when they were like, you're Violet, I'd already like known about it. And I was like, what? Really? It looks beautiful. Also, the art is beautiful. Oh my gosh. But I love Violet. I love that she gets like a really good character arc where she really changes and like learns a lot during the show, which is, I think during the first episodes, people were like, I don't know about her. She's kind of like, yeah, she's very like reserved. And they were like, she's kind of a boring main character. But I think by the end, everyone likes her. I like her. And it was really fun doing like really emotional stuff. Which is great. Everyone always talks about episode 10, which is very, very sad. But episode 9, personally, is when Violet has her whole like breakdown. And yeah, that was really fun and sad also. But yeah, I love that show.
Yeah, and I need to see it. So, and another strange loved show is ReZero, Starting Life in Another World, has now come out, and there's a big fan response. You get to be 3 different characters in the show. What was it? Yeah, you have your main one and then your 2 side characters. Oh, yes. I did record 2 other people. Oh, yeah. So what was it like, doing the main one, and then of course the fan reaction to it so far that has come out, to your characters?
Clearly, I know so much about myself and my career. But yeah, the first half of the dub has come out. And so my main character comes in at the end of the first half and is just like, hello, I'm here. So you won't really get to hear me until the second half comes out. But she's awesome. She's really cool. She's like very, she's in charge of all the soldiers, and which is awesome. She gets to boss people around. And she's just so like smooth and cool. And also in that show, most of the girl characters are like, oh, main character, you're amazing. And then so I was excited to play kind of like the one girl who's like, I mean, you're all right, maybe. And I was like, yeah, that's fun. But yeah, I really like her, and she looks cool, and yeah, I love it. That's a cool show, so it's really cool to be a part of it.
Awesome. And one of your other wonderful skills is that you are a cosplayer to a somewhat degree, and we talked about it last time, and you had we're going to debut a cosplay last time we had talked. Yes, you were. And I was wondering if you had pulled off that cosplay since last time we talked, and if there was anything else in the works. I know you said you had a friend who was very loving and caring to help you, support you on it. So was that cosplay finished in time for the debut? You wanted to get to it?
No, considering I'm like, what one was I talking about? I assume it was On from Persona, because I do plan on cosplaying her. Yeah, and the problem is I don't have the time or the skills to do it myself. Right, and I had a couple people that were going to help me, and then they kind of fell through. And so now I finally have made good friends with somebody who's going to help me. And so no, I haven't really done any cosplays, but I'm trying to do some soon, and then I'll like post them on Instagram, because yeah, I've gotten to play a lot of like kind of tall characters in the past like year or two, and I'm like, well, I might as well. Why not? It's like I'm already here. We go. I think typecasting. I walk in and they're like, oh, she can be the tall one. Her voice is tall. So yeah.
Alrighty, and one thing that you and I really talked about last time slightly was and again, this comes a lot about from your Twitter as well, is that the idea of rejection in the industry, and how do you deal with it, and what advice would you have for others that might be going through some of this? Like me personally, I have some issues going on, and rejection is one of them. And you've talked about that, like how to deal with it. And again, the industry's so tough sometimes. So how would you like just to keep someone positive, motivated? How do you deal with that rejection mentality? Again, you do audition. So how do you deal with sorry, you just don't fit with what we need?
I mean, you kind of get used to it, I guess, just because it's just part of it, and you learn that it's not personal. There could be so many reasons why somebody doesn't get chosen for a role. And, it could just be like your acting's great, but your voice just isn't the right voice for the role, or like maybe they hear your audition when they're in a bad mood, or when they're about to go to lunch, or there's so many reasons that are not personal about you, and so dwelling on all of them would just ruin somebody. So you really can't. I mean, every once in a while there's still one or two that come along, and I'm like, oh, that one I really would have liked, but you have to just learn. My solution is to just send an audition and then like forget about it. Yeah. And so I try to just like not tell people when I'm doing auditions, and then because my parents used to like, I'd be like, oh yeah, I did an audition today, and then they'd ask about it over and over again, and I'd be like, I'm trying to forget about it, because like you'll know if I get it, because then it'll come out. But like if I don't get it, then I won't hear anything and you won't hear anything, so let's just leave it at that. But yeah, I mean, rejection's hard. It's just part of it. It's kind of part of life. You can't take everything so personally, which is hard. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really like have specific advice, because I'm just like, you just gotta not. Yeah. So figure out how for you personally you can not care as much about it. Like, don't put all your self-worth on that. Like I have other projects that I'm doing that I love, and I have other personal projects that I work on. If I have like slow weeks where, I didn't get cast in anything and I'm not working on something, then I have my own personal, like I'm trying to write a book, and like I have my own show ideas that I'm working on, and like all these things or like YouTube, which I sometimes a lot of times ignore. But yeah, it's important to like have other things that you have going for you.
Alrighty, I understand the little piece of paper you got to sign called an NDA, and it's tricky for you to answer this question, but what is there currently out that we didn't discuss on here that you would love fans to check out that's potentially currently available that fans can check out?
Well, the Persona 5 Dancing in Starlight game is coming out, and it was scheduled to come out next year, but they moved it up, and now it's coming out this year in December 2018, and I'm very excited about it. I've played it 2 times, and I'm terrible at it, partially because I refuse to play anyone's dances except for my own, and On's dances are like level something hard, and so I jumped in, and then I failed a lot. And yeah, but it's really fun. So I'm really excited about that. And there's like, there's like plot and stuff in it, which is cool. Yeah, I expected to go in and just be like, woo, dancing sounds. Yeah. And then they're like, okay, so here's the first scene. And I was like, wait, what? There's scenes? And they were like, yeah, there's stuff in this game. And I was like, oh, all right.
Combat with dancing?
No combat, but there's dancing, and we're kind of like battling. You'll have to play it to see. Okay. But yeah, what else? What else do I have? Yokai Watch is on the Disney Channel, and it airs on Mondays. I play the new deuteragonist, Haley Ann. She's a brand new character, and she's adorable and awesome, and I love her. She's crazy. And what else can I talk about? I have a lot of stuff coming up in the next few months, but I can't say what they are. So just keep your eye on my Twitter because, there's going to be a number of announcements soon, I think, over the next couple months.
And tying back into that, where can we find you on Twitter and all that type of stuff? And then a message you want to give to the fans that have kept up with you throughout all these wonderful years.
You can find me on Twitter at Erika Harlacher. So complicated. My last name's kind of complicated, so maybe it is. But anyway, do that. I'm also on Instagram at with a K Insta. It goes with my YouTube, which is with a K Games, so that's why they're I want to say to the fans, thank you so much for all your support, and you guys are a huge reason why doing what I do is so wonderful and great, and I love it so much. So thank you. Really, thank you so much. And coming to conventions like this and getting to meet you guys is amazing and incredible. And I hope I'm able to continue doing that for a long time. So thank you.
Again, Erika, I love having you. Thank you so much for coming out and talking with us. Thank you so much.
Yes.